Mr. Fig is in the house!
I'm in Union Square and I've been coming back here for quite some time looking for this tree. Fiddle Leaf Fig or Ficus lyrita is a native of Western Africa. It grows in a lowland tropical rainforest. Here's a fun fact. It is a banyan fig that commonly starts life as an epiphyte high in the crown of another tree. It then sends root down to the ground which envelop the trunk of the host tree and strangle it. Nice! I have a tree murderer in my apartment. So here I happily paid the fiddle tree and carried the tree 6 long blocks from the Union Square Farmers Market to my apartment.
It could grow really big, so really tall too. Like in the wild, this is like 60 feet, I heard. But inside your house, it could go to like 10, I don't know. Wow. So I'm excited. Mr. Fig is now in my apartment and I'm still debating where to place him. I'm not an expert in caring for fiddle leaf figs, but this is what I've learned from my readings. The tree loves a lot of indirect sunlight. It is important to keep the leaves clean from dust and dirt, so wipe the leaves every now and then. And lastly, water the trees at least once a week. During this time of the year in New York City, I try to make the most of the warm weather and spend most of my time outdoors and going to the parks. 2 of my favorite parks are the Grand Central Park and the Washington Square Park. Being surrounded by trees in a park is just fascinating. Aside from the soothing effects, trees have countless benefits. Trees contribute immensely in preserving soil. The far-reaching roots hold soil in place and fight erosions. Trees help combat global warming. They also produce oxygen and clean carbon dioxide out of the air we breathe. Trees also encourage biodiversity. They also have been proven to be the source of medicine, food, and materials, and so much more. It's unfortunate though that the forests are being depleted. We all know the deleterious effects of deforestation. In the Philippines, flooding is not unusual during rainy or monsoon season. I think the floods are worsening because of the destruction of nature's first defense against it, the trees. I always wanted a yard of my own with lots of plants and trees, but since I live in a mid-rise apartment building with no backyard, I settled to having Mr. Fig. Inspired by the fig tree that I got, I really have a cool idea during my upcoming trip to the Philippines. Here's my story, and I hope I could inspire you to do something for the environment. Because of the declining tree population that brought about the flooding in my hometown and the nearby provinces in the Philippines, the Philippine Department of Agriculture is giving away seedlings to plant in the backyard and vacant land. This is an insightful and awesome project by the Department of Agriculture, so I convinced my brother and dragged my nephew and niece to get some seedlings. We drove 1.5 hours from Iloilo City and brought with us various fruit tree seedlings like mango, jackfruit, cocoa, coffee, and banana trees. My father loved to farm during his free time. He was a government employee, and although we live in a metropolitan, my dad would love to travel back to the province regularly to do what he's passionate about, which is farming. He planted some trees in his farm and have grown. It's fascinating that my dad thought of planting trees more than 20 years ago. Since we had some extra vacant land in his farm, I thought of planting more trees there. It's our little way of helping the environment, and I'm sure my dad would approve. So this is a
Oo, diri ka pungko. Mana ka oras. Basta dari sa
pungko lang sa
ay ko na man
kag mainom.
Oga kape. Ay mo na man karabaw ko rin nga may karusa.
Ang ginakarusa mo
Oh,
yon.
magali din sa kayon sa.
Ay.
Ay kung magbisita mo sa to, di karusa unsa mo sa kalisa ba?
Grabe.
Trees are so important in our lives. Hope this vlog can encourage you to plant a tree in your backyard or some vacant land, or maybe inspire you to find an event close to home and plant trees to help save the environment.